So I've got a really fun video to share with you guys today. We have been doing some renovation work in our tiny home. If you're new to this channel, hi, I'm Molly and I live in a tiny home in the Scottish Highlands, and over the last few weeks we have been doing some renovation work to one of our lofts. So we have two lofts in the tiny home. We have one behind me here. That's a slightly smaller one, and that's above the bathroom, and that's predominantly serves as a spare bedroom, and also as my partner's office space. And then the one above me here is where is our bedroom, and it's also where I work, so it's got my desk space. And it was always a very functional space. There's nothing terribly wrong with it, but I knew that it had a lot more potential to be a lot more aesthetic and work a bit better. So that's what we've been doing, and I'm excited to share how we got on with you guys. And I'll now cut back to past Molly to show you where we started. So I thought I'd give you a little bit of a before so you can see how the loft is now, and I'll chat you through the kinds of things we're thinking to change it up. Okay, excuse the slightly creaky floor. So this is the loft as it is now. It's not bad, there's nothing wrong with it, and I quite like it. It's cozy, it functions well, but essentially I just think it's a little bit bland and I would like to do a bit more with it. So the first thing we're thinking of doing is building doors for these cupboards, because originally we left them open for a few reasons. One of them was money and time and effort basically building the doors. Another one was worrying that if we built doors here, would it make the room feel smaller? We weren't sure. And also we do suffer some damp in the tiny home, and we thought if we close these off that might make it worse. But we have got air vents like in the back of these cupboards now, so actually it might be better. We'll have to see this winter. But yeah, essentially I've got my wee desk here, and I don't really want to stare at my wardrobe when I'm working, so I'm thinking we have a door here, and I might even put like a cork board or something up that I can stick things on and be a little bit more, I don't know, inspirational place to work. So that's kind of how the room's split. You've got kind of like a worky section. My partner's got we've got another thing like this in the other loft, and like this one's mine. And then we've got cupboards, which is essentially just clothes storage. And then we've got a nice big bed, and then we've just got this one piece of artwork, which was my partner drew this for me for a couple of years ago for my birthday. That was my cat Miko, who I adored but sadly passed away a couple of years ago now. So first thing we're going to do, like I said, is we're going to build some doors, and then I'm also thinking that'll make it just feel a bit neater. In terms of making it kind of fun and pretty, I think I'm going to change up the bedding. I love this bedding. I got it from Piglet in Bed, and it's beautiful linen, and it's just the best quality, and it's really nice and sustainable and everything. But I do think I would quite like to try a little bit more colour. I think with the white walls it just looks a little bit flat, so I'm eyeing up some bedding on Piglet in Bed again. So maybe insert a little screenshot of this, or maybe I'll just show you when it arrives. It's like a green gingham bedding that I just think will look really, really cute. And essentially the theme for this room is going to be cottagecore meets like light dark academia type thing. I want it to be really like inspirational but also really cozy, because it's a dual purpose room. So yeah, change up beddings. I want to make like a gallery wall along here. We were thinking bookshelves, but I just think that's going to protrude too much onto the bed, and it's going to be a lot of cupboard doors and stuff going on. So I'm thinking artwork along there. Love the colour as it is. It's a Farrow and Ball colour. I do need to touch up some of it. But yeah, so it's nothing dramatic, but I think it's going to make the room feel a lot better, a lot more inspiring. And I'll probably keep, got little shelving bit here, maybe use this up a little bit as well. But yeah, this is the official before that you can have a gander at, and we'll see how we get on. Sorry if I look slightly messy. I've just come in from walking with the dog, but I've got an exciting delivery to show you. Oh, I got my bedding. I thought I would give you a little sneak peek of this. I've not properly looked myself yet. I did obviously open it and have a wee glance, but I'll show you how it comes. Again, this isn't sponsored. I just love Piglet in Bed. Oh my god. But everything they do is so pretty. Look. And then, oh, quite heavy. And it comes in this like linen bag, which is really nice. And I've used, because I got another set there bedding, I've actually used this linen bag. I use it for multiple things at the moment. It's storing some off-season clothes, but I also use it when I'm packing as a nice bag to take with me for my dirty laundry. Always use everything that I get. Oh my god. Oh, it's so pretty. I think this is perfect. Hang on, I'm building anticipation here. Get it out the back. Look at this. Comes in this beautiful like twine as well, which is just a lovely touch. But I think it's like the perfect shade of green. Let's have a little, get the pillowcases out at least so I can show you. Oh my god, it's so pretty. Like, show you up close. It's just perfect. They call it botanical green, I think. But oh, I think it's going to look perfect. Perfect kind of cottagecore-y and cozy, but then like nice and fresh as well. I'm so happy with this. It feels amazing as well. I would say they are expensive, pickle in bed, but it's 100% linen bedding, so you do pay what you get. You do get what you pay for. So yeah, I've really enjoyed them, and I would also say that both times I've ordered from them I've been able to get coupons, so it's always worth looking out for them. But I'm going to put this in the bedding now. I might give you a little sneak peek and see what it looks like. Excuse the mattress in the background and my outfit. I am just about to crack on painting. I was going to do this tomorrow because I had some more time tomorrow, but Terry's just finished the cupboards and I'm too excited, so we're going to crack on. So I will show you the cupboards as they are now. Here they are. It's looking different. Oh, it feels echoey. It feels echoey up here now, and still a squeaky floor. So yeah, it looks a lot neater. So the plan is to paint these the same white as on the wall, which we did debate over, thinking maybe we should do a colour like a green, but when the green bedding's in here, and I'm also going to have this as my gallery wall and there's quite a few green prints and stuff in there, I think there might be a bit too much colour. Plus we needed more white paint anyway for the room touch up, so we thought we might as well paint it white and then see. This is the paint that I got. So it's Farrow & Ball, which is my favourite paint, and it's the Wimborne white one, and it's a nice sort of soft but bright white, so not like brilliant white, because I did want this to have more of a cozy feel. So yeah, I better crack on to make sure that this is done in time so we can sleep in here tonight. So I've been looking through Etsy over the last few weeks because I spoke about wanting to create a gallery wall up in the loft, and I've gone through lots of different avenues. I've never done a gallery wall before. We're quite minimal with the artwork in our home, but I do want to make more of a feature of the wall up there. And originally I thought I would go with a kind of vintage inspired look with getting like vintage prints and botanicals and stuff. But then I was like, oh, is that really me? Because I really liked it on Pinterest. That's like what you can see when you like put in like cottagecore bedroom or like academia, dark academia bedroom. But then I was like, I don't know, that feels a bit too Pinterest worthy. So I ended up just going for stuff that I liked, but I really love the idea of having a literary theme, because obviously I love books, and that's very much going to be more a space where I will do a lot of reading and a lot of writing as well. So I just thought that would maybe sync it all together, and I've ended up going with like a bit of a range of different styles, and stuff started arriving. So I thought I would show you what I've started with and see what you guys think. So the first few I got from the same shop that I've forgotten the name of. Oh So Daisy is the shop. I'll link it down below. But these have been beautiful. I've been really impressed with the quality of these prints. So this is the first one here, which is just stunning. Obviously it's got all the tea and it's got books on it, and then I thought this would go nicely with it. So this one just says Book Nook, and it's got a really nice complementary shade of green that's actually similar to the bedding I've got up there, and these are like the biggest two prints I've got. And then I thought I would scatter in a few smaller ones, so I got this from the same seller with a few book spines there, which is really lovely. And then I wanted to mix it up a bit. That's all quite colourful and contemporary, so I ended up getting a different type ones. I got this really lovely print from a shop to do with Alice in Wonderland. So it's got like the page behind it and then they printed that on top, which I think is really nice. And then I wanted some more like quotes as well. These are just wee quotes that I liked from Handcrafted on Heather and More. Again, I'll link it below. So there's one there, and then it's on this kind of vintagey kind of tea splattered look paper, which is nice. This one is just on like normal paper or normal card. Yeah, card. Whereas this stuff's more on like photographic paper, so it's slightly higher quality. So yeah, and then I've ordered one more that hasn't arrived yet. I'm excited to get that one. It has taken a little while actually. And I think I'm gonna leave it there and then see, because it's not a massive wall, how that all looks, and then if I need to order more I will. But at the same time, I quite like the idea of leaving it not completely finished so that I can add to it over time. So it's getting the balance right. But yeah, I found it quite like stressful, because I'm like, oh, I want it to look nice, but I think it will. And yeah, I've just got to get frames, and that's the next thing. Do I match frames? Do I do a mix? Don't know. We will find out, and I will keep you posted. I've always been really interested in interior design, so before I started this renovation I wanted to get some inspiration and went to my all-time favourite online learning platform, Skillshare, who are the sponsor of this week's video. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives, and it has an impressively wide range of classes from things like graphic design, illustration, marketing, productivity. Skillshare has been a fundamental tool for me when it comes to growing my business, which has grown from a wee side hustle to now being my full-time job. I especially enjoyed and found value in Emma Gannon's classes on Skillshare, and it gave me a lot more confidence as a creator. Beyond my career, I also love learning new things that just interest me, and one of those is interior design. I particularly enjoyed Anna Marku's class, Home Interior Design for More Joy, Cultivating Happiness Through Decor. I really enjoyed this fresh approach to interior design, and I especially took away from this the importance of setting up an intentional workspace so you can foster your creativity even when space is limited. So whether you want to start or build your creative career, design your home, or just learn something new that interests you, you can use the link in my description to get a 1-month free trial with Skillshare, which I personally think is well worth doing. Thank you very much to Skillshare for continuing to support this channel. Welcome to our new bedroom. I love how cosy it feels up here now. I mean, it always was cosy because it's a tiny home in a loft, but it feels even cozier, and it's definitely helped by these sheets. These are just gorgeous. Having like linen sheets is a luxury, but it's, I think, well worth it for me. It was well worth the investment, and Piglet in Bed do the best in my opinion. And this colour is so beautiful green, and it gives that cottagecore vibe, which is really something that I was going for. And I think having all of the walls and all of the cupboards white meant that this is able to really stand out as a bit of colour in the space, which is really nice. To add an extra touch, I also have my little book basket here at the side of the bed, and this stores all the books I've been reading recently, which is something I chatted a little bit about in my slow reader vlog. I know I chatted about having a gallery wall along here, and I did try that, but I just didn't really like the way it looked. It looked a bit plonked. It looked like it made this space feel a bit too busy, and I really like having more of a serene bed area, and I think in a tiny home you really have to like find ways of separating out the small areas. So now this feels like a really nice place to relax, and then my desk, which I'll show you next, is somewhere that's really inspiring, and that's where I focus putting the art. And here's my new lovely little desk. Well, I say new, the desk and the chairs, you know, were here already, but I've just decorated it differently, and I think it's made such a difference painting these cupboards and putting these cupboards up. So I'd like to decorate this little space here. I have this artwork that I showed you. There's a couple of pieces that didn't quite fit in the space, so I'm actually going to gift those to a friend, but the rest I think is balanced really nicely. I've got like postcards up the wall here, and that's something I think I'm going to add to and change around a little bit more. And then I've got some of the bigger prints on the door, and then in terms of on the desk I just have things like a wee candle here. I have a couple of really nice copies of some books I've got, and then a little bit of pottery with some dried flowers in it. Again, I'll probably change these through the seasons and have more autumnal decorations inside it in like the autumn and winter months. And yeah, it feels like a really cozy but inspiring, intentional workspace. And I think one of the best things we did do in here is building the cupboard doors, and I love the colour. I love this white. It's just the best white because it's just not bright white, but it still makes the room feel a lot lighter and airy. And I also really love the knobs we used for the cupboards. They've got that kind of antique vibe, which I really liked it because I wanted to have a little bit of vintage vibes in here. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I had such fun filming it and doing the renovation, and I'm keen to know your thoughts of what you liked. Hopefully you did like it about our new space. But I think that's it from me, guys. Remember, if you want to get that free trial with Skillshare, you can use the link in my description below. And other than that, I will see you guys next time.